Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Um, I'm Kidist. I'm an brand ambassador with Itworks Global. This is our weekly training. I didn't get to do it on Tuesday, but I'm doing the recording, and so hopefully this is helpful to everyone. So you all are very new to the team and to Itworks, and one of the things that I want you to really take time out to really think about, which is going to really help you with your business and to just find that strength that you're going to find that you're going to need because with this business, because this business definitely will make you stretch. I want everyone to think about their why. And it's very important to understand why you are doing this purpose, why you wanted to start this opportunity. What is your why that's motivating me? And a lot of you all might say, oh, I needed to make some extra money. I wanted to, I didn't want to get a job. I wanted to get some free product. But I want you to kind of go a lot deeper than that because eventually you're going to get that extra money and you're going to need to find your why. What will keep you going? So I'm going to start off with these 6 questions and I'm going to come back and revisit them. But I kind of want to get them in your mind so you can kind of start get marinating it over them and get an idea of where we're going to go. And you're going to see me look down a couple of times because I wrote some notes because I really wanted to kind of stay on track with sharing this information with you guys. So these are the 6 questions I'm going to kind of touch on, and then I'm going to just kind of go through everything that I want to talk about. The first question is, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this very closely about what this opportunity could do for you. 1, what is a life of limitless opportunity looks like for you? 2, if time and money was not an object, where would you live? 3, how would you give? 4, what would your children's life look like? And if you don't have children, your grandchildren or someone that you're impact that, that is an extension of your family or your future children. So someone that is very important to you, or your children, your parents, but what would your children's life look like? 5, what would your leadership look like? 6, what kind of legacy would you leave? So I kind of want you to have an idea of where we're going to come back and visit. I'm going to say these questions for you, so I want you to kind of just focus and kind of listen to what I have to say. Leadership is, everyone has the potential of being a leader. Right now, you may not have any teammates, you may not have any distributors underneath you, and you may not even have any customers at this moment, but eventually you will. And as a leader, you will need to have certain traits and quality and know that you are potentially a leader and you have those skills to lead. Now, it would be amazing. I just was listening to another leader talk about the story of Moses, which was really motivating for me because it really had me thinking about this for myself, and I thought it would be very helpful for you. Imagine if you already knew what your purpose was. So imagine if you already knew your why was. That God came down to you and was like, this is your purpose. These are the things you're going to go through. These are the obstacles you're going to deal with. These are the obstacles you're going to have to overcome. But this is going to be your end result. When those challenges come, you might be more due diligence and not liable to quit. But it doesn't work like that because God puts us through challenges and changes and stretches to actually make those skills natural for us and we're constantly being stretched, constantly growing, and constantly going through obstacles to help us get to the next level. So one of the stories that was brought up was Moses and the Israelites. And Moses was shown that he had a purpose, and he knew his purpose was to get to the promised land. But he, and he followed that purpose. But what we find is during that journey, each time they got over an obstacle and the challenges came up and it became too hard, the Israelites eventually wanted to always go back. They went over a challenge and they wanted to go back. And instead of just trusting in the process, trusting in the end result, knowing that if they did these things and followed this guideline, this will be their end result. Instead of trusting in the purpose and trusting in the process, they doubted, and they would take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, every time they wanted to go back. And the thing that they wanted to go back to was slavery. Hold on 1 second. So what they were trying to go back to is slavery. Is slavery better than the promised land? No. But slavery is what they always knew. Slavery was comfortable. Slavery did not take them out of their comfort zone because they knew what they had to deal with, what to do to deal with a certain situation to get by. And now here they are in uncharted area where, yes, they had their freedom. They had control over their own destiny, their own life, but there were challenges along the way. And the unknown and those challenges to them just made them want to go back to something that was not better for them. And we do that in our life all the time. We have these challenges and we know that, this is not better for us, but it's comfortable. We know how to deal with it. We know how to navigate our way through it. But to do something that is out of the norm and not knowing how to navigate, a lot of us don't want to do it. A lot of us said, I needed bills to pay. And your job is not paying all your bills, but you are so used to stealing from Peter to pay Paul that you choose to stay in that comfort zone because you're like, eventually I will get that money back. But if you stick with this opportunity, eventually you will no longer have to steal from Peter to pay Paul because you will have a multitude of excess. But the process may not be comfortable. The process may be challenging. And this is where I kind of want you all to really focus on, because this is when you have to really find your bigger purpose in this business, because paying a bill, eventually it's not going to keep you motivated in doing this business. So finding your purpose is very important. Your leadership in this business will affect your life in such positive ways. You'll find that you will have, it will add to your life. You will understand why you are here, what is your purpose, and it's not to become a #1 distributor. It's just not to make an extra $500, not even just to get the $100 product credit. Those are just nice little perks along the way. But what you're going to find is, just like Moses, his greater purpose, he had to make a lot of sacrifices, but he knew eventually that it would be a bigger purpose, that it would be a promised land. And unfortunately, because along that journey, so many people doubted and didn't trust the process, that most of the people did not ever make it to the promised land. Moses was able to lay eyes on the promised land and saw what he was going to miss, but never actually got to be a part of it. And that's going to happen to a lot of people who come into this opportunity. They're going to watch you go through the process and see what you are going to work for and see what you have achieved, but not are going to be able to achieve it themselves. They're going to join you and they're going to quit. They're going to become customers. They're going to quit. They're going to say they want change, and they're not going to work towards it. They're going to start this opportunity as your business partner and don't do anything. But that should not stop you from your process, because if you continue to work for your purpose, you will see an end result, which is your promised land. When you get to a certain point in this business, which I have learned, it stops being about you. When I first started, I was concerned like, I need to make an X amount of money. I need to get my weight together. I need to get my health. It goes from I to I. Who can I serve? Who can I help? And God has a way of balancing things out. When you serve others, your blessings will come. You're going to be blessed, because the more people you help, the more people you serve, the more people that you help them meet their goals, you're going to be rewarded for that. And I truly believe that. So when you get to a point in this business, it can no longer really be about you, because when you stop your blessing, you're stopping someone else's blessing. Because if it wasn't for me being here, would you be here? And then you have to think about someone else. If it wasn't for the person who enrolled me, if they had quit on me, would I be here? Maybe not. I wouldn't have found this opportunity. I wouldn't have the opportunity to bless my family the way it's been blessing my family. I would not have been able to help all the customers that I've been able to help. And you have to think of it that way as yourself. This opportunity has been presented to you because now you have the opportunity of being able to help so many people. Your purpose has to be more than just you. Your purpose has to be more than I want to make $100,000. Your purpose has to be something that is very rock solid. My purpose is to help as many people as I possibly can find financial freedom, to find freedom of health, to get away from big pharma, to have a clean society, to have financial strength in my community, to be a leader in my community, to show my children there's more than being a slave to the system, to show my children that I can leave them something that's going to go to them and their grandchildren. My goal is bigger than I need to pay this $100 bill. That is the blessing that I have starting to receive along the way. But your why is so important, because you're going to have ups and downs, because rejection is going to be part of your growth. That's one of the things that you're going to have to overcome. What you're going to receive a lot of rejection. You're going to receive a lot of obstacles. You're going to receive a lot of people discouraging you, talking about you, trying to put down what you're doing. And you have to believe in what you're doing, because if you don't believe in what you're doing, once you get those rejections, you're going to be on your own personal roller coaster ride. You're going to help someone and you're going to feel very high, like, yes, I help somebody. You're going to be super excited. You're going to get your 4 LCs. You're going to get your $100 shopping spree. You're going to be fast start qualified, and you're just going to be on top of the world. And then the next 10 people are going to be like, nope, don't want it. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. And it's going to bring you down, because initially you might feel those rejections are rejecting you, but it's not. It's just how the game goes. You're going to get your rejections, you're going to get your highs, and you get your lows. And when you get those lows, because I've gone through it myself, you're going to want to quit. So it's just part of the game. Not realizing is that's just the devil, and God testing you, seeing if you're going to be persistent, if you're going to go follow your purpose, if you really mean what you're saying, if you really want to help people and really take this business to the next level. So your why definitely has to You have to focus on your why. Like, I'm doing this because this is what I believe, and I know God put this business in my hand for a reason. God put this business in my hand where I can bring hundreds of dollars into my family, help other people's family. I can help people with their health reason. And it was a blessing when I received it. So you have to find your why, because this business is definitely a roller coaster ride. No joke. You're going to be on the highs when it's like everything is going right. You got 50 customers, 50 people saying yes, they want to find out, they want to talk to you, and they're going to join you for your business opportunity, and they're going to do all these things, and you're like, yes, my team is going to grow, my business is going to grow, and then one person shows up, and then that person says, I'm not interested, and you're like, why did I do all this work? And what you have to remember, what we're doing is like the compound effect. It takes time. It takes consistency, and you just need to do it over and over again, because I know what I have is higher power than me. I see what this business can do. I understand what it can do for my family. I understand how many people that I can bless and help. I see how many people that I can help with their health and wellness and beauty. I see what it's done for me personally, and I want for my brothers and sisters what I want for myself. And that was one of the things I had to really work on. I really was not doing my fullness with this opportunity until I started being motivated by my why. And my why, and my children were my why, my daughters, especially my daughter INT was my why. But I realized it had to grow because my children are getting older. They're moving forward. And I realized my why is so much more deeper. I always wanted to be a servant to the community, and I am laser focused on how many people I can help, and it feels so amazing when I do get that one person that's like, this is helping me, this is a blessing, yes. And once you get that, the no's will no longer stop you. There was a story that I heard once, and I hope I don't mess it up, where, and I'm going to say it two different reasons. A guy was told to, I think, and I might be messing it up, but it was kind of goes something like where he was told to run through a burning building to get $100 and come back, to run through the burning building, and he would get $100 or something like that. And he was like, it wasn't worth it for him. He was like, I'm not going to risk my life for $100 to go through that burning building. But then he was told, but then the next way of telling the person was, I need you to run through that burning building because your child is on the other side. And if you don't get through that burning building, he's going to die. That's a different motivation. That's a different why. It's like that really put fire under that person. I might be messing the story up, but if you kind of get the idea. So the $100 isn't worth me even risking anything for myself. But my child, that is something that I'm like, okay, I will figure this out. I will drench myself with water. I will, put a towel over myself, drench myself with a towel, and maneuver my way through this fire so I can get to my child and save it. That's my why. That why will push me to figure out a way to get through this fire. And that's kind of how you have to think about this business. You need to find your why that will really motivate you to deal with the ups and the downs, the no's, the maybes. You know, your team, you're building your team up and you got all these amazing people on your team, and then you realize nobody is working, and then you have to replace all of them. So you're going to go through these changes. You're going to have customers who say, I'm going to join, and they really want to do it, and they only do it for 1 month, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to buy the product. Or they just do the 90 days, and then you realize you have to get all new customers. So you have to motivate yourself real wide to keep yourself going, because there are days when I don't feel like working. I just don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like posting. I don't feel like talking to customers. I don't feel like sharing. I don't feel like doing anything with, talking to distributors. But I have to realize it's more than just me. I need to make sure I'm helping my team. I'm helping my customers to meet their goals. I have my family that I can't let down. So I have to keep it going. And it wasn't until I found my why that it really motivated me to take myself to the next level. It wasn't until I got the vision of what this business and this opportunity can do for my family that I really understood what will go into it. And I want you to also understand, like Mark Pentecost. I was hearing a story about Mark Pentecost when he first started this business, and I'm so glad. Think about it. I'm so glad he did not quit on us, because if he didn't quit on us, we would not be in the number 3 team. It would not be all these women on our team who are staying home with their family. Britt, my upline, she wouldn't have been here to help me start this opportunity. I wouldn't have been able to have been blessed with all the things that have been happening with my family and helped all the people that I helped. If Mark Pentecost did not follow his dream and do this business, even though all the naysayers told him he was crazy, it's not going to work, it's a scam, and not follow his purpose and saw the bigger vision of what this business can do. And I'm quite sure he didn't even realize how far this business would have gone where it is now. And we are in it at the most best time imaginable, because we are still growing. We're only in 21 countries. We are a global business. We are about to blow up. This is the time not to quit on yourself, not to take your business seriously. Get motivated. Just keep working through. Stay in connection with me if I'm part of your upline. If contact your upline. Stay connected, because this is the time you want to find your why, because we have a bigger vision and so much. When you bless others, you're going to get blessings in abundance. I'm telling you, in abundance. Just wait. Just hold on. Just do what you need to do in abundance. Go get your LCs. Do what you have to do. Contact your families, your friends, and just see that vision for them, even if they don't see it. I want you to think about several things, and I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm kind of going through my notes real quick. How different would your life be if you knew what our purpose was? Our life would be so different if we already knew what our purpose is. Every time that we face the obstacle that is waiting, we would already know. We will be able to go towards it. We will be able to deal with it. So don't take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back with your doubts, your fear, your anxiety. Don't be complacent with the familiar. Working, nothing wrong with a job, because I work on myself, but don't be complacent with barely having when you can have so much more. Think of what you can envision that your life will be. Envision what your children's life will be. Envision what your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren. Envision what you could leave for them. And with what you're doing right now in your present job, what will you leave? And what do you want to leave for them? Focus on that. Let that be your why. You let your motivation for the changes you want to bring into this world, let that be your why. Because like I said, you're going to have obstacles in this business. You're going to have challenges in this business. You're not going to want to do this business. You're not going to want to motivate yourself, and you have to work through it, because I have my ups, I have my downs, I have a serious roller coaster, loop-de-loop, and all that in this business, especially in the beginning. When I first was trying to figure out, what is my why? What is my why? Why am I doing this? And now I understand it, and it has helped me figure out what my why is. And I want you all to really think about, what is your why? How many people you can change their lives? How many people you want to help? How many people in your family you want to uplift? What do you want to leave as your legacy? Because a lot of us don't even think about legacy. You know, I am thinking about my great-great-great-grand. I want to leave a legacy for them. Excuse me, legacy. A legacy for them. So I don't want you all to do like the Israelites did with Moses. Don't keep yourself in slavery. Don't miss slavery because of the unknownness challenges. Don't turn a 40-day trip into a 40-year nightmare. Get laser focused on what your purpose is and what your why is. And I want you to revisit these questions that I asked from the beginning of the video, and maybe you have a different mindset that would get you to your why. Create your vision board. Put your why and your vision of your life that you want for you and your family, and do a vision board and put that on there so you can look at it every single day. I want you to, one, what is a life of limitless opportunity looks like for you? Okay, what does a life of limitless opportunity look like for you? Two, if time and money was no object, where would you live? How would you give? What would your children's life look like, or your future children look like, or how your family, your mother, how would their life look like? 5, what would your leadership look like? And 6, what kind of legacy would you leave? Be clear on your purpose. Don't be satisfied with complacency. Know there is something bigger out there for you, and we have been blessed with the opportunity to help you do that. Stay closely connected with your upline. Stay closely connected with your team. Let's build each other. Let's help each other, because I know you have a greater purpose. Get your 2 LCs. Get yourself Fast Start Qualified. Get your 4 LCs. Get your bonus. And I want to see everybody rock out their business. And I hope this was a blessing to you all. I hope I didn't overtalk. I hope I was clear. And I'm looking forward to doing more of these, and I'm praying I get better with these. I'll be posting this on my YouTube page. And if you join my YouTube page, please follow my YouTube. Please follow me, TIEbyKidist, so that when I post these trainings or what have you, you can get a notification. Make sure you follow me and turn on your notification for those. All right, you all have a great one. Good night.